What if I told you that one of the richest, most mysterious and competitive minds in Silicon Valley didn't code like Zuckerberg, didn't start in a garage like Jobs, and didn't sell books like Bezos? Yet somehow, he's outplayed them all. Meet Larry Ellison, the rebellious billionaire, the co-founder of Oracle Corporation, and a man whose story reads like a tech thriller with yachts, samurai swords, and hostile takeovers. He didn't just build a software empire, he rewrote the playbook on how to dominate an industry. While others were chasing trends, Ellison was buying the chessboard. And here's the kicker. Larry's net worth has recently exploded, silently creeping past titans like Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg. How? While the spotlight danced on others, Larry made moves that most people missed, but the results are shaking up the billionaire leaderboard in a very big way. Stick with me, because what you're about to hear is not just a rise to riches story. It's a ruthless, genius-level game of power, money, and legacy. This is the story of the Oracle Titan, Larry Ellison. Before the yachts, the Hawaiian island, and the billions, Larry Ellison was just another kid from the south side of Chicago, raised by his great-aunt and uncle after being born to a single mother in New York City. He never knew his biological father. His adoptive home was strict, traditional, and far from nurturing. But that early friction, it sparked a fire. Ellison wasn't the straight A, follow-the-rules kind of genius. In fact, he dropped out of college not once, but twice. First from the University of Illinois, then the University of Chicago. His reason? Simple. He was bored, and he knew real education was waiting for him elsewhere. That elsewhere turned out to be Berkeley, California, a hotspot of rebellion and innovation in the 70s. Here, Ellison started as a computer programmer. But this wasn't just any job. He ended up working on a CIA project with a mysterious codename, Oracle. That moment, it planted the seed for what would become one of the most powerful software empires in the world. In 1977, with just $2,000 and a big idea, Ellison teamed up with Bob Miner and Ed Oates to create Software Development Laboratories, SDL. Their mission? To take a groundbreaking concept, relational databases, detailed in a paper by IBM's Edgar F. Codd, and turn it into a commercial reality. It was a bet against the giants. IBM had the research, but Larry had the guts to build it first. The company evolved fast, rebranded as Relational Software, Inc. in 1979, and finally, in a bold move of confidence, Oracle Systems Corporation in 1983, naming the company after their first product. For nearly 4 decades, Larry Ellison served as Oracle's hard-charging CEO, guiding it from a tiny startup into a global giant. Even after stepping down in 2014, he didn't walk away. Today, he remains executive chairman and chief technology officer, still shaping the company's future with the same fiery ambition. Under Ellison's leadership, Oracle didn't just grow, it conquered, often by acquiring rivals. From Sun Microsystems, which gave Oracle control of Java, to Cerner, expanding its healthcare tech footprint, Larry didn't play nice. He played to win. From college dropout to Silicon Valley power broker, Ellison's story is a masterclass in betting big, thinking different, and never settling. While the world was watching Elon Musk launch rockets and Jeff Bezos sail on super yachts, Larry Ellison was quietly adding billions to his fortune, faster than anyone else on Earth. As of July 2025, Ellison has officially claimed the #1, second spot on the global billionaire leaderboard, right behind Musk. But the real shock? He didn't climb there with hype, headlines, or flashy product launches. He did it with cold, calculated precision and a software company many thought was past its prime. In a jaw-dropping financial moment, Ellison's net worth spiked by over $26 billion in a single day. Yes, one day. The catalyst. Oracle's monster leap in the booming AI and cloud computing markets. The company's strategic pivot, fueled by Ellison's vision, has positioned it as a top player in the tech world's next great gold rush. Today, his estimated net worth floats between $274 billion and $286 billion, depending on the source. And here's the kicker. He still owns roughly 40% of Oracle, giving him immense control and profit over its future. Not to mention his stake in Tesla, which continues to quietly fatten his already massive portfolio. Let that sink in. He's richer than Jeff Bezos, richer than Mark Zuckerberg, and gaining ground. While others are busy building personal brands, Ellison is building empires and raking in billions doing it. What makes this rise even more legendary is the silence. No press tours, no dramatic interviews, just results. Larry Ellison is the billionaire who doesn't need to shout because the numbers speak louder than words. Power, wealth, control. Most billionaires collect companies. Larry Ellison collects islands. In 2012, Ellison made one of the boldest billionaire moves ever. He bought 98% of the Hawaiian island of Lanai for a cool $300 million. Not a penthouse. Not a mansion. An entire island. And he didn't just buy it for vacation. He transformed it into a wellness utopia and sustainability experiment, blending cutting-edge tech with ancient Hawaiian traditions. Think. Jurassic Park meets Silicon Valley. But Lanai is just the crown jewel. Ellison's real estate empire spans the globe. His Japanese-style estate in Woodside, California, modeled after a 16th century imperial palace, cost over $100 million. Then there's his lineup of homes in Malibu, Newport, Lake Tahoe, and Palm Beach, each more luxurious than the last. And when he's not closing billion-dollar deals, he's racing yachts. Ellison is a sailing fanatic, and his team, Oracle Team USA, did the unthinkable in 2013, a historic comeback to win the America's Cup, the Super Bowl of sailing. But behind the private jets and palatial estates, there's another side, the philanthropist. Ellison is a proud signatory of the Giving Pledge, vowing to give away the majority of his fortune. Through the Larry Ellison Foundation, he's pouring hundreds of millions into medical research, especially around aging and life extension. He's also invested in education and conservation, with major donations to institutions like USC for cancer research. So, who is Larry Ellison really? A tech visionary? A ruthless empire builder? A billionaire adventurer? The answer is yes, to all of it. To understand Larry Ellison is to step into the mind of a man who's never been satisfied with average, never accepted limits, and never feared standing alone. Take it from the man himself. From dropping out of college to betting on a weird little thing called relational databases, Larry Ellison has always thrived in the space between genius and madness. And time again, he proved the world wrong. He's built an oracle by questioning everything, and he's not afraid to admit it. The most important aspect of my personality has been my questioning conventional wisdom, doubting experts, and questioning authority. In other words, Ellison doesn't follow rules. He rewrites them. His rise wasn't handed to him. He didn't come from wealth. He had to fight, climb, and outsmart. I have had all the disadvantages required for success. That's not just a line, it's his superpower. Because where most people see obstacles, Larry sees opportunity, and where others get comfortable, he gets dangerous. And what truly fuels him? It's not fame, not applause. It's this. Great achievers are driven, not so much by the pursuit of success, but by the fear of failure. Ellison doesn't just chase victory, he runs from irrelevance. That's why decades later, he's still here, still climbing, still leading. Because in the end, Larry Ellison didn't just build Oracle, he built an empire out of defiance. Larry Ellison didn't just build a company, he reshaped the backbone of modern computing. From pioneering the relational database revolution to placing Oracle at the forefront of AI and cloud technology, Ellison's influence is hardwired into the infrastructure of the digital world. But his legacy? It runs deeper than lines of code or quarterly earnings. This is the story of a man who started with nothing, no wealth, no connections, no Ivy League degree. Just a restless mind, a rebellious heart, and a refusal to be ordinary. A two-time college dropout who dared to believe he could outthink IBM and did. A man who turned rejection into fuel and doubt into dominance. Today, he's not just one of the wealthiest people on the planet, he's one of the most formidable forces in tech history. Still building, still fighting, still winning. And perhaps the most powerful part of Larry Ellison's story is this: he never followed the path. He made one. So the next time someone tells you you're too unconventional, too bold, or too different to succeed, think of Larry Ellison. Because sometimes the ones who don't fit in are the ones who change everything.